In the recent years, the Vietnam-Denmark cooperation has thrived positively and remarkably, especially after the Comprehensive Partnership Agreement between the two countries, signed in 2013. The program of the Comprehensive Partnership Agreement targeted to form a solid foundation for the transformation of cooperative relations between the two countries, from development cooperation to become bilateral cooperation in various fields, including politics, diplomacy, trade, investment, environmental protection, and education and training. Denmark is currently the country disbursing the largest ODA for Vietnam amongst the EU countries, with a total development aid to Vietnam since the diplomatic relation established in 1975 reached $1.3 billion and contributed significantly to socio-economic development of Vietnam. There are more than 130 Danish companies operating in Vietnam, focusing on sectors such as energy efficiency and environment, information technology and communications, and food safety. The plan of supporting private sector from 2011 to 2014 under the Global Competitiveness Facility Program for Vietnam Enterprises has helped to create 30,000 jobs and raise incomes to Vietnamese farmers. The program also helps Vietnam to earn 200 million USD from agricultural export. In today's program, we will have an overview of the achievement and prospect of the cooperations between Vietnam and Denmark through conversation with Mr. John Nielsen, Ambassador of Denmark to Vietnam.
Hello and welcome to Sharing Vietnam on VTC10 Netviet. I'm Nhật. In our program today, we'll have a talk to Mr. John Nielsen, Danish Ambassador to Vietnam, and this is also the final year of his term of office in Vietnam. He will have a lot to share about the Vietnam and Denmark bilateral cooperation, achievements and prospects. Thank you, Mr. John Nielsen, for joining our program today. So, can you share about the changes of this country during the time that you worked here?
I think Vietnam is fast changing, not only Hanoi but the whole country is fast changing, and I think the changes in the infrastructure in the cities are very, very clear. At the same time that most people get more rich, also some differences between the regions, between the cities and the countryside, and I think that will be a challenge in the future, but in general I see a very, very positive development here in all aspects.
Can you share about your most unforgettable memories in Vietnam?
Of course, one of the most important things is the visit of the Prime Minister of Denmark to Vietnam in 2012, which opened up for a whole discussion of our entering into a comprehensive partnership agreement. I think another experience which I would like to share with you is the visit of our Crown Prince, Frederik, to Denmark, to Vietnam in 2011. Where he came with a big delegation of Danish companies, of 80 Danish companies, opened up a number of companies and had a lot of good visits and talks with the Vietnamese authorities and people.
Can you share about some outstanding achievements of the Vietnam and Denmark bilateral cooperations in terms of diplomatic relationship, education or environment?
I think if you look at the diplomatic relations, up until 2010, the most of our relationship with Vietnam was on development cooperation. And we have over these 5 years been in a transition from development cooperation to commercial cooperation. But at the same time, we have opened up for a more political dialogue with Vietnam, which is today based in the Comprehensive Partnership Agreement, which was signed during the state visit of President Sang to Denmark in 2013. So we have expanded the political dialogue with Vietnam. At the same time, we have expanded our cooperation, commercial cooperation in Vietnam. Since 2010, the trade between our two countries has doubled. Within the educational sector, we see a growing interest from a lot of Danish institutions and also different companies and so on And of course, one last area that should be mentioned is the whole area of climate change and sustainable development and so on, which is, of course, has been traditionally a long-standing priority for Denmark and Vietnam and will continue to be so in the future.
Out of these above achievements, what is the main focus of the Danish embassies to support Vietnam?
The area of climate change and clean technology, energy efficiency is a key area where we are supporting both with development cooperation funds, but also from a commercial perspective where Danish companies are working together with Vietnamese companies and institutions. So that's one key area that we are going to further develop. Education is another, as I mentioned already. The health or pharmaceutical sector is an area where a number of Danish companies have now entered into the Vietnamese market.
Two of the main areas which Denmark set priority to support Vietnam are climate change and sustainable energy. As a country with experience of dealing with climate change, Denmark always carry out programs to help Vietnam, one of the countries several affected by climate change. In the period of 2014 to 2015, Denmark disbursed 90 million ODA to support Vietnam in the field of energy and environment. 1/3 of them are spent on climate change and energy efficiency, supporting business in using energy efficiently and project of climate change prevention in some provinces such as Quảng Nam and Bến Tre. For example, the model of building and upgrading irrigation systems to enhance irrigation. Secondly, pilot mangrove reforestations to provide livelihoods for locals while absorbing carbon dioxide to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In addition, Denmark also frequently helped Vietnam to complete and update the scenarios of climate change and sea level rise.
Thì Đan Mạch là một trong những quốc gia đầu tiên tiên phong đi đầu hỗ trợ không hoàn lại để hỗ trợ Việt Nam ứng phó với biến đổi khí hậu. Ở cấp trung ương thì chính phủ Đan Mạch đã hỗ trợ thông qua Bộ Tài nguyên và Môi trường để xây dựng và cập nhật cái kịch bản biến đổi khí hậu và nước biển dâng, làm cái tiền đề rất quan trọng để các bộ, các ngành và đặc biệt là 63 tỉnh, thành phố trên toàn quốc đánh giá các cái tác động của biến đổi khí hậu đến từng lĩnh vực, từng khu vực, đồng thời xây dựng cái kế hoạch hành động để ứng phó với biến đổi khí hậu cho từng bộ, từng ngành, từng địa phương mình. Cái thứ hai là đối với ở cấp trung ương thì phía Đan Mạch đã hỗ trợ để xây dựng cái mạng lưới, tăng cường năng lực cho cái mạng lưới giám sát biến đổi khí hậu nước biển dâng cũng như là mạng lưới cảnh báo dự báo thiên tai, góp phần đẩy mạnh cái công tác dự báo và phòng chống thiên tai ở Việt Nam.
Denmark and John Nielsen was the first to support the Vietnam climate program here. But apart from that, he played a significant role. During his term, Denmark has provided Vietnam with $300 million of ODA grant, been supporting fishermen, supporting farmers, supporting clean water, and also focusing on building up private sector here in Vietnam.
In the field of energy efficiency, based on the great potential of Vietnam in the development of renewable energy, such as wind and solar energy, Denmark decided to support $11 million for investment projects in the field of energy efficiency in Vietnam. Businesses can save investment capital and use energy more efficiently. In 2015, Denmark will disburse about $90 million in ODA for Vietnam, with the main areas including sustainable development, environment, clean energy and clean water. This is the basis to strengthen bilateral cooperation into above areas while continuing to foster the cooperation sustainably and effectively in other fields.
How do you evaluate the capacity of Vietnam in sustainable development and climate change nowadays, with the support of countries including Denmark?
I think if you look back over these 5 years, it's evident that the awareness of the environmental consequences of economic development here in Vietnam has risen. So I feel that over time that the authorities, the government, but also the people are increasingly focused on these things. For instance, the Earth Hour, which is taking place every year, and where I have had the honor of being Earth Hour ambassador for 4 years. And I also think that the ministries and the local authorities in different provinces have increased their capacity of mitigating the effects of climate change.
As compared to the initial targets that you and the Danish embassy has set, what part of them that you have accomplished?
I think we have overachieved a lot of things. I didn't expect when I came here that we were going to have the Comprehensive Partnership Agreement, which is a turnaround of what we did before, because we were so focused on development cooperation, and we had to move from development cooperation to more focus on commercial things and political dialogue. So I think that's a major achievement, which we didn't expect if you look back 5 years ago. At the same time, we have seen this growth of more than a doubling in our trade between our two countries. We have seen a number of Danish companies increase a lot. We have 135 Danish companies with presence here in Vietnam today. And we have done a lot on the on the cultural side also. One of the important things that I would like to take with me is the Monsoon Festival that took place last year, where for the first time there was an international music festival. We have also been co-founders of what is called the Vietnam Mountain Marathon within the health sports sector, and I have also participated myself by running up there 3 times.
From the success of the Vietnam and Denmark bilateral relationship, what do you expect in the future?
I expect that we can continue along what I just said. I hope, and I'm sure we can continue working even closer on climate change, on clean technology, energy efficiency, that we can work more together on cultural things, on within different commercial sectors.
So before coming back to Denmark and finish your term of office here, what is your message to Vietnam?
This is a fantastic country. I have had a great time here. It's been a fantastic experience for me to travel around in your country. I have visited more than 45 provinces out of the 63 provinces in Vietnam. I feel like leaving home. It's been a great experience to meet the people, extremely friendly, always well received, and in that sense I hope to come back and visit the remaining 18 provinces someday.
Thank you, Mr. John Nielsen, for your sharing. And that is also the end of our program Sharing Vietnam. For comments and feedbacks, please send it to sharingvietnam@netviet.tv.net. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.